Hello, welcome to episode 3 of Forever in Love. And of course, welcome to Family Love and Bonds again. Today, in the third episode of Forever in Love, we're looking at conflict management in relationships. This is a very important topic. In the first video, we looked at the foundation. If you've not seen that video, try and do that. In the second video, it was about communication. In this video, we're focusing on conflict management. That is a very, very important aspect of relationship because there will always be conflict. And so we're going to focus on how we can have healthy disagreements, and we're also going to emphasize emotional regulation in this video. Sherry, is conflict normal?
Yes, it is. It's a normal occurrence in life, actually, and more importantly, in relationships. So conflict exists in every marriage, and disagreements does not equal incompatibility. So we need to accept the fact that conflicts do occur in marriage and also in any relationship. And that does not mean you're not compatible with that particular person. So how conflict is handled is what matters the most. Of course, when there are too many disagreements or conflicts, we might say you might want to consider the compatibility aspect anyways. But then the way it is handled matters a lot.
Yes, of course, people disagree a lot. It could mean that they're truly not compatible. But it's just normal to have conflict sometimes, to disagree sometimes. It doesn't automatically mean that we're not compatible with each other. And so there are some myths about conflict. So, for instance, some people believe that happy couples don't argue at all. So they're always agree. It's not true. You can't always agree to be happy. And then some people believe that conflict means failure. It means that your marriage is not working. Why should you have conflict? As we said, it's the frequency of it that may be an issue if you have conflict all the time. For instance, we hardly have conflict. We do have disagreement a few times, but it's not something that will occur a lot in our relationship. So if that happens a lot, then you need to kind of sit down and try and kind of work on it. And some people believe that you should avoid conflict. That if you do that, then you're going to have you're going to keep peace in your relationship. Is that really so? When you're avoiding conflict, that there will be peace. I don't think it's always so.
No, it's only that you only be bottled up. Yeah.
So emotional regulation is what we're going to emphasize next, because that's very important for conflict resolution. So can you talk to that?
Yeah, emotional regulation is very necessary in conflict resolution. You need to realize the point where there is emotion.
Or emotions are high.
When emotions are high. So strong emotions reduce clarity. By the time emotions are high, you can't think clearly. And at that point, that's why people say a lot of things they later regret. So you also notice the signs of escalation. By the time the conflict is escalated, that is, the voices are raised, they are being defensive, also interrupting each other, then at that point, you need to stop and try and bring the emotions down.
So that's the time to regulate your emotion. So we would like to teach you a technique. There are many techniques, but this technique is very helpful for emotional regulation. So it's a technique of pause, process, respond. Pause, process, respond. So when you notice that it's like emotions are very high at the moment, you want to prevent things that you may regret later. You need to pause. So the Bible says in James chapter 1 verse 19 that we should be swift to hear, slow to speak, and also slow to wrath, to anger. So intentionally kind of pause. Don't carry on when you see there's interruption, there is kind of raising of voice and so on. The second thing you then do is to process your emotions. So process your emotion. Ask yourself and tell yourself, I'm really angry now. I may misbehave now. I may actually do something terrible now. So it's a kind of self-awareness that you're aware of the emotion that you're experiencing at that point in time before you then respond. And when you respond, intentionally respond calmly and respond intentionally. Choose your words carefully, mean what you want to say, and make sure that what you're saying is what you would like to say. You're in control. Your frontal lobe has not shut down for you to be saying things that you wouldn't say normally. And we also would encourage you, like we said in our previous video, that you should prioritize reconciliation over resolution when it's hard to resolve an issue, because reconciliation is non-negotiable. In fact, the Bible clearly instructs us to do that. In Matthew chapter 5 from verses 23 and 24, Jesus clearly says that if you bring your gift to the altar and then you remember that someone has an ought against you or has something against you, you may not even be the one who has something against them, but you know that someone has something against you. What are you supposed to do?
Of course, wait, go back and reconcile.
Yeah, and then bring your gift, because that could make your gift not to be unacceptable before God. It means your prayer can be unanswered. For instance, or whatever worship you offer to God may be unacceptable because you have something against someone, or someone has something against it that you've not resolved, and that also matters in your marital relationship. And also in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26, the Bible also instructs us there that we should kind of not allow our anger, that is not to go down our anger. So you can be angry but not sin. And so try to resolve your conflicts before you go to bed, before you sleep. Try your best to resolve it. Sit down and resolve it before you go to bed. That's very important. Verse 27 says we should not give place to the devil. So those are some of the things we wanted to actually kind of emphasize in this video. Sherry, maybe you would like to say something next.
Yeah, there are some rules for healthy disagreements. Just like we can't deal without disagreements, so we have some rules we want to share with you to help you in your disagreements. Number one is address the issue, not the person. Don't target the person but the issue, so that it can be resolved. Number two is stay respectful. Be respectful no matter what. Use kind words. Number three, stay focused on the present issue. It's common that when there is an issue that you might want to be referring to things in the past, that doesn't help at all. So the healthy way to handle disagreements is to stay focused on the present issue to make sure it's resolved. Number four is no insult or name calling or threats. Don't
threats. Yeah, threatening each other. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that. It's not helpful in any relationship.
Yeah, try as much as possible to be respectful during conflict.
So again, the Bible has something to say about everything we say today, or of course generally. In Colossians 4:6, the Bible says that we should let our words be filled with grace, and we should be and our words should be seasoned with salt. So intentionally make sure that you don't hurt your partner or your husband or your wife by what you say. Let what you say, bring healing rather than death or kind of injury to the person. And as we've said, that conflict is not totally avoidable, or it's not even something negative and we should run away from altogether. We should just make sure that it's well managed and also constructive, and make sure that we learn from it. And after a conflict, we should try and repair. That's the next thing we're saying. Don't just let things slip. Don't assume that time is going to heal the hurt. Try and repair. And so the first thing you need to do is to kind of acknowledge the hurts that you might have caused your partner. Intentionally, mention to them that I think what I said the other time must have been very painful to you, and I'm sorry, I was just too angry. So take responsibility. Don't give any excuse, and apologize sincerely. Let the apologies be such that the person is convinced that you're truly sorry. And Sherry, how do we apologize in a way that the other person is convinced that we really are sorry?
Yeah, to do that, you need to be specific. Then avoid being defensive. Don't give excuses. Just apologize, okay, and mean it. Validate the other person's feelings. Acknowledge the fact that they've been hurt. Then avoid I'm sorry if you felt. People usually say I'm sorry if you think I've offended you or if you feel hurt. No, you need to apologize sincerely. Be genuine about your apology, because it rebuilds trust.
Yeah, that's important, because the person needs to be sure that you're sorry indeed. And the other thing we tend to kind of mention in our videos is how our relationships affect our children. So what do children learn from conflict? We mentioned 3 things that you can intentionally help your children to learn, positive ones to learn from conflict when you have conflict. Number 1, they learn how emotions are managed. They see how when you are hungry, how you kind of handle the situation, how you're able to manage your emotion, or maybe you lose control, you're able to control your emotions. They also learn respectful disagreement from you if you do disagree respectfully. And thirdly, they also learn repair and reconciliation after conflict, and you can intentionally teach them these principles by them observing you.
Yeah, and this episode's challenge is about having a discussion about your recent disagreements. Come together, spend some time together to talk about it, identify emotional triggers, what actually happened, what led to the disagreement. Then share calmly with each other what led to it, how you both responded, and how you should have responded if it's really escalated to. If it's escalated, then you need to calmly discuss with each other how to handle it next time, and also learn. So, sometimes we learn from all of these things, so that next time we'll do better. Then plan a better response next time, just like I've mentioned. We'll learn really. We learn from conflict. And I think that's a positive way we want to encourage you to see conflict, that will learn.
We do have challenges for the purpose of learning, not for the purpose of kind of giving up and throwing in the towel and say, well, I give up. So try to find some time to do this episode challenge, as my wife has highlighted. Maybe some half an hour this weekend or next weekend. Try to kind of do that. And the key takeaways from this video, maybe we just mentioned 3 things. Number 1, conflict is normal.
Number 2, regulation comes first. That is, regulating the emotions comes first.
And always repair and restore trust and connection after every conflict. And the next video, you don't want to miss it. The 4th one is going to be on romance. It's going to be on emotional intimacy. And so subscribe so that as soon as we drop that video, you receive a notification and you'll be one of the first to watch the video. And please kindly share. Don't keep what you've learned from this video to yourself. Share with other couples. They'll be thankful.
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.
I wish you the best. Take care. Bye.
Bye.